Oh.
Weekends are great, but Sunday nights can be tough. The realisation that work is waiting for you in the morning can be daunting, but it doesn't need to be. Joining us now to tell us how to get over your Sunday blues and to talk about her new book is career development expert and author Amalia Chilianis. Morena, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Tell me, is it a sign if you go to bed on Sunday night dreading Monday, does that mean you hate your job, or does everybody get this, no matter how exciting your life might be?
Look, I think it's pretty broad spread, and I think it can be for a range of reasons. Yes, there are some of us that have found ourselves in that job that we simply hate and can't face another day. But for many of us, there's other reasons that fill us with dread, but we tend to get into that Sunday night slump. Maybe we eat and drink our emotions and don't look into why. But it's not always about hating your job, but there's certainly something in that work week that, makes you uncomfortable or that you're really not looking forward to. One of the strategies I recommend in the book, Workaholic, is unpacking why. Now, that can be uncomfortable, but if you use an analogy, like think about your job as a relationship and explore it from a whole lot of angles. Does that relationship treat you well? Would you take that relationship home and introduce to friends and family? And you look at it from that distance, you can sort of unpack the reasons why or what it is specifically that's filling you with that dread.
What is it most commonly what is the answer to that question when people ask themselves? Is it that they're not paid enough? Is it that they don't like their colleagues? Is it the hours? What's the most common reason, do you think?
Look, it's four different reasons, but the common why is often that it causes a big conflict for them. So it goes against something else that's really important to them. So, for example, many of us value family and our important relationships. And when work starts to really negatively impact that, the time we spend with them, we're really grumpy because of work, and therefore we take it out on those we care about the most. It's when work starts to negatively impact the other priorities in our life and it starts to hinder the life we want to create rather than enable it. That's the most common reason for that dissatisfaction. It's generally not about money, although many of us would always like to earn more, but that's generally not the root cause of what causes that real dissatisfaction.
Right now, it's a really hard time to look for another job. We're in lockdown, it's COVID, and people are losing jobs as opposed to more gaining them. So what's one thing we can do, if you're not happy, just to make the current experience just a little bit better and a little bit more survivable?
Yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes timing is everything, but there's the opportunity sometimes when we're stuck or we're in this lockdown scenario is to actually take the time to repair. And it is that reflection activity of unpacking what it is that specifically makes you unhappy, but then also looking back on your career as to, what you've really enjoyed and what you haven't enjoyed. That gives you some pointers as to what you want more of and what you want less of in that next move. So just taking a little bit of time to prepare for what's next can actually help you feel a little bit better, help you feel a little bit more in control. And just doing small things like getting ready, update your resume, start researching what else might be there as possible future options when you're ready to start making that change.
Amalia, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We've got a weekend ahead of us, so I know there'll be people who are already thinking about Sunday and wondering, what is it I don't like about Monday?